Hello everybody, welcome back, and today we're going to play more Vampyr. Do not cough in public, same advertisement as usual. Nurses require more nurses. Ah, there we go. This was an interesting personnel that I found.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Since she claims she's a vampire, that's what's make it more interesting. I'm going to try to not drain any, what do they call it, mesmerize any more people all the way until towards the end, so that we can get some trophy. Hopefully, that's what the angle will be. But for now, what she's going to say.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Interesting. But I am also a vampire, so I know how you feel. So let's see what you're gonna tell me then.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Pretty relatable, I guess.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Okay, maybe you're just bullshitting then.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
So there should be something near the garden.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Local investigation. A new citizen's investigation. Interesting. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it. Oh, so these might be what they call a side quest. Interesting, so let's see then, I guess.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
I'm not too sure if she's just joking or what. No, I guess we need more clues for her.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
There's a high IQ play over there. Let's try to deal with her side quest, so... Wait. The new doctor.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reid has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before. at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett's, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Blood transfusion specialist. That's a very convenient occupation to be for a vampire.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Man, people is more important, man.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of the hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reid. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
There's a lot of praises coming from the doctor himself as well.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
Now we have this. You are exhausted.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
That nurse is worried.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
That's interesting. 1.6 key blood. Too bad we won't be using that.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Well, this is quite a big game, I guess. So much more dialogues all around.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening,
Checked
Doctor.
before. Ah.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Well, that's short. Alright.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
I take note of her, so...
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that cabin.
now where do we go? Wait, find out who is spying on Telma. Let me check on the map and see how far it is. Oh. That's it. Where's the quest? I guess it's a good idea to... Oh, I guess we found a marker already. Is this a garden?
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Corpses? Crumple letter. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now, except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors, and they told me that this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. That's some kind of rhyme. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I've refused to pay first, and I realize now that the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard, despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks. I promise you that everything is okay now. I will see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. With fondest love, Nikolai. Too bad he's gone, I guess. Milton Hooks. Why is it on this dead body? I'm gonna check on this guy. More shillings, appreciated. We need like a couple of hundreds to get an equipment from a seller, I guess. Doctor.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean? You used to be a doctor. Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Oh, interesting. We can even trade with him. Let me share with him that what can he offer.
Please show
us?
me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Is it all jewelry since it's from the pawn shop? Opium? Oh, drugs. Ooh. An enigmatic formula. Kind of curious, but I'm low on coins. I suppose it's quite useful later on, I think. We should buy at least one, I guess. Okay. How dare you? In tough times, you still want to need more money. You can trade it with some services though. I'll call that fair. Oh, trash can. There's something outside. Small bag of junk. Is it more? Yeah, it's the same thing.
Have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife? I hope that might help.
Now, where's the hunters that she claimed to be around? No, and probably we should get back to this quest in a later time. But it's kind of bugging me. Wait, down? Does it mean that it's supposed to be in the basement or something? Well, let's check it out then. Where can we do it? Could it be it? Well, it feels like the other one.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reid? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Her mother must be some important person for her to mention the name as a credential stake.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Guess that's why.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Awfully rich of you. Man, this is not a good time to
Are
be
you really
philosophical.
that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
Your husband, hard worker.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
Oh, that's interesting. Now tell me.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
It's a DLC.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reid. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
That's kind of bad to charge patients for extra money. It shouldn't be different. Well, I guess that's all for you.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Now, is this your son, your boy?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Well, what happened to your throat? What do you do with your throat? For a moment, I thought you just use plaster and just cast it on Jim's neck. How painful.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Stay
I'll
professional.
let you get some rest then.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Hey, but we need something from him.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yes.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
That's nice.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reid. It's my mother.
Mother? Why?
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Awfully clingy, but understandable.
How painful.
So painful.
No, what do you
I'm sure
say?
you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Yes, that's enough. Throws her, but tell me about
Tell me
yourself.
about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm alright. Waste your time with me.
Oh, are we wasting time on you? You are our VIP, you know. But last but not least, you are my patient. You, why do you charge them more?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Why are you looking away? Are you guilty?
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Get a grip, that's not gonna help.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
Trust me, in the future there's another one, and that's called COVID-19.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why so?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Oh.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Not a chatty type, eh? We'll have a talk with him later.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Oh, it's same option.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You will be surprised, man.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Oh, you don't like prep top, eh? I got something else for you. Okay, where's the option? Why? I thought that would be the option for us to interrogate her, you know, about the extra
Goodbye,
cost.
Nurse Hawkins.
Maybe it's wrongness, huh? I could be wrong. And that would not be a surprise.
Come now, we can handle this.
Well, what happened to him? Fatigue. Ooh. Now, where's the quest location?
Reads me like a book.
Clearly, we are supposed to do something. Maybe we just go out unknown. Well, good to know him then.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reid. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reid.
Or Strickland, huh? Admirer?
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reid. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Do you know that I'm very good at blood transfusion through the neck? I guess you wouldn't know that because we're not gonna do it until later on.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Wise word.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
The honor is mine.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
You're not wrong, that's true.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
That's nice.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Interesting.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reid. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
If I may have time, I'm probably gonna make some time then. Alright. Now, what's this?
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Well, that's kind of an honest review. Oh no. Blood transfusion. Is it the same as mine?
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reid. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
You are a good man.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. but some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Well, he's a good man. That's all I can say. Well, that's all we
Goodbye,
have
Dr.
then.
Strickland.
Dr. Strickland, well done. Now, how do we get up? The vampire lady? Oh, this is a section that I never came before.
It's locked, all right.
Long letter. Oh, that's long. So says things the city in the place not good. As flu. Drinking head pass away. Occupy new places. Oh, you need better than sentence like that place then. True, that's true. No answer. Okay, wow, taking care of my entire whole family. Right to my favorite sister. Wow, Auntie Pipa. That's neat. Mom, the whole family is waiting for the writer, I guess. The writer is one of the nurses, I suppose. They always job at factory, but wages are shit. And it's as boring as a day without a shack. Oh, I have a new fiance. Wow. What? So her sister not having a fiance while she's here working her ass off. Okay, so if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting the date every morning, maybe you better stay in London and join the bank you told me about. Oh. So, but nurse here might potentially want to... is more potentially interested in Ben, the name of the god of Priven, I guess. It's a kind of a scarce band, I guess. Civil militia, trying to make a difference. Good choice. Let them go. Wait, what is this? Just be sure to let the others go in front. That's how my poor Billy got killed in France. Poor Billy? Is it her son? It's not, right? I have no idea who's Billy. But that's in the past, I guess. Come back, okay, nice. Then sister with a family. So more of a... Oh, so it's Pippa Hawkins' family members. It's kind of interesting for them to put all their personal letters in... Oh yeah, never mind. Though work is hectic and then they can't go back home anyway. That might explain that. Nice. And I'm still nowhere near the second floor. Although it's just here only. I'm gonna search around this place, see if there's anything to take. We got some more bottles. Not sure what's the use yet. Oh. New places. Okay, trash can. More stock. Always a plus. Oh, okay, never mind. Let's go up to the top. Where's my office? As long as there's enough space to work with, that will be fine. I'm curious with what that is there though, but... Okay, the fake door. What's this? Ooh. Hacksaw. 65 damage. Let me see. 65 damage. What's my previous weapon? Wait, 65 with higher speed and 20 stamina cost. Oh well, never mind. My machete has a better stat somehow. Maybe after upgrade might be better, who knows. More upgrades, that's good. lock, I guess. But I'm still gonna try.
I cannot enter.
Oh well, better stop trying then.
It's locked.
Oh, why is everything locked? You can't use your super strength to break it open?
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Or a cathedral. This is a relatively huge office. Ekons. Well, that's what they call a vampire in this series. It's a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire, to observe their most intriguing physical and psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampire, or Ekons, as they prefer to call themselves. Supernatural speed, can act and move like a mortal in all his actions, but a trained eye will spot that they have the keenest sense and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasions, alarm, surprise, necessity to flee, I have seen a vampire move so quickly it is almost as if he had vanished just to reappear somewhere else. But that's kind of the ability they use to teleport. Okay, it's only supernatural speed. For me, it's a cat-like attribute, which allows them to run, dodge, and jump longer and faster than us. I also noticed that such speed seems to exhaust them, and that they are bound to physical limitations. Okay, it makes sense. You cannot get dizzy when we teleport in the first round anyway. Mesmerism, that's what we do to mesmerize our victim after all. Call this trait mesmerism, nothing to do with the mortal ability, mental state. Bend a mortal to their will, break their mind. Oh, interview, that's what we did. Sometimes when we got more clues, the more the subject tries to resist, the more permanent damage will be. Is there a mind skill? Huh. The same vampire explained to me that this ability requires time to master, and that the result could vary widely from one subject to another. In terms of false memory, he raised a painful one. The possibilities are endless. Blood awareness, that's what we did with the L3 button. We can see all the potential victim that we can drain out their blood after all. It's pretty much the same thing, but wait, what's this? A famished vampire can be very weak. Even wait, let me put a mouse somewhere if it's possible. No, we can't. Okay, let's get back. Even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst, this urge, this need for blood may explain why a vampire is so aroused by it. A vampire confessed to me that blood could sometimes blind him, since its smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around him. Oh, what happened? Sorry about that. Inside warm bodies, through walls, on a supposedly clean weapon, etc. The same vampire even told me that he can see if a mortal has clean blood or is ill, and that in some cases he can even sense diseases, infected clothes, or even items in a room. If this is true, it could have so many medical applications, it almost beggars belief. It basically is still all the basic skill sets that we've seen and experienced for ourselves after all. Well, that's what happened to our main character when he cannot resist the urge and drain off the blood from his sister after all. Not sure if she's dead, so we're gonna see about that in the future.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Where can we get more water? That's interesting. Where do we get water?
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay, hear water sound. Wait, what's this? Dr. Swansea's message. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive me. Please forgive the austere decoration. It's quite fine though. Why would they be bad? But Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the risk. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. I also gave orders to let you rest and the staff to never enter your room. You will be able to sleep all day without being disturbed, and work all at night without raising any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you will be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You will also notice there is an open window with a scaffolding that will allow you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. But that's nice. How awfully thoughtful of him. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing this all must be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough of your species to understand what you must now be facing and feeling. Be assured, I will do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. Know that you are not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you. These dark times we are all presently facing. I hope our future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk soon. And nice signature. P.S. I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what I have discovered about Ekons in the last few years. Feel free to read about it if you need some guidance, as long as you don't use this knowledge to take advantage of me. But Dr. John is a Ekons himself. He could have just, just maybe abuse his ability here and there and it's done. Oh gosh, I need more bullets. How do we get clean water? That's the question. Let's see if you can upgrade anything first. Ah, nice. Coagulation. Oh. Increase the blood absorption when using bite. Might be useful. Blood capacity, not now I guess. Stamina will be neat. So I shall do it once, at least for now. And then what about bite? Increase damage dealt. I would like to suck more though. More bullet is rather important. Should be fine I guess, not later. I think later I'll upgrade that later. Blood barrier seems cool. Oh shit, 600. Damn. Oh well, at least we got some new skill then. Wait, we can cancel, right? Okay, let's check on this. Spring. Supernatural move to your... Whoa. Wait, what's this? Shadow Veil. Walking, standing still. Drain your stamina to fade into shadow and become invisible to most enemy. Oh gosh. That's cool. 500. Wow, tough choice. You know what? Let's just wait for next time then.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Well, we got rats. We can do pest control at the meantime. That's a door. What did you want? How can I help you?
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Sorry about that. Got to pick up some puzzle. Alright, let's get back. I think the audio is a bit screwed, I think. So I should try to fix it for a while. Let me test the audio. I guess it's quite delayed quite badly.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, nice. Good to see that the audio was back before it got worse. So let's get back to the game then. Enter the old morgue. Okay, maybe it's in the basement, right? That's where we finally able to see it. Oh, it's in another room. How do we get in there?
I cannot enter.
Yeah, I can face through it. Nope. Now how curious. What is this? Parry? Okay, how do I read parry? Ah. Oh, that's neat. Milton and Pippa. Oh dear.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Now this depends their connection. More bullets. That's amazing. Wait, what? Shotgun shells, nice. Perfectly what I need. I don't dare to use shotgun though, it's quite scarce. Now we're in the morgue. An old morgue. Why, what? Why is there some screeching sound? I need to find some chemical then. The doctor gotta do what is needed after all. Well, we need drugs. Like never before. I need to use dialogue to check the audio, so please bear with me if it's not working.
It's locked.
Now let's see. Okay, I guess it's still fine. That's good. Somewhere around here. Why is there nothing? There's a point. Broke skull. Never mind, take some medicine
Balls of
first.
Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Iron, I know, but tartrate, nope. Hey, skull. Do you know what's better? That's me.
Behavior is similar to
Gone.
the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
More bullets? Well, that's interesting. Oh yeah, this is hold on. A two-handed weapon, so we cannot use like pistol or whatsoever. Unless we swap it out back to our machete.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Awfully confident. But all this screeching. Oh, we heard that, right? Oh yeah. Oh, damn. Bad for my heart, man. This is when you hurt the enemies and you could not see the enemies coming. Oh dear. How could you? Come, let's try to bury you. Okay. Give me your blood. I missed the window. But that's fine, we can do it again. He's gonna attack soon, right? There we go. Now that is satisfying. I thought we were gonna take forever to break somebody's gut, but I know we just need to do a nicely timed parry and solve all the issues.
I cannot enter.
So as you say, we need to go down to the basement, I guess. Oh. There's more sound. Maybe we should try to check on the top, see what do we have here. Okay, designated design, do not let us continue. Got it. Come on, duck. We have no time to lose. Wait, what? What's that sound? Okay. I got a bad feeling that we're gonna get some... Oh gosh. There's more than what I expected. Well, we can... Level 5.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Okay, we got no choice but to end him. Ah, too greedy. That should do it. We got 2 enemies after all. Wait, there's more than 2 now. Let's just try to end him as quick as possible then. I know you're in stress, but soon will be over. Oh, dang. Let me pick up his stuff then. While you are there cowering. Ah. You try your best, you know? Things could have gone bad maybe. Oh, I missed. Oh, dang. Oh, it sucked a lot of my blood, huh? Nice. Come. Do it again. Oh. So only certain attack can be parried, I guess. Oh, it's good. Not that I'm complaining. More nice, more chemical. Nice shift. I mind that's not what we need. The last thing we need is the last thing we want is to get out of the morgue because the loading time is really long. My favorite. You stun him and we do a slash blast and she should be gone. Hey, easy for now. Nobody here. Not sure it's good or bad, but I thought there's something glowing. Yes, more glass valve, of course. Death report. Office of Pembroke Hospital Medical Examiner. So the disease is Samuel Connor Kogosoy. Oh shit. Okay, male, 39 years old, home address unknown, fisherman, natural death. Natural death. Probable cause of death, fast progressing pneumonia. Pneumonia by virus induced. Oh, chimp. Examination attendee, Corcoran, Tippets. Nurse name, Baranagan, yes. Name of the signature of the medical examiner.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Suspicious. And chest.
The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
Sutures are clean. No blood sign.
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps? A puncture over the left lung. Possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful.
It's a puncture, no? How is it?
Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Tippett. Sorry that I have to unnerve you. Is it? What's this? Blood absorb. You just acquired a new type of offhand weapon. Absorb blood. Absorb blood. You know that's nice though. How do we change? No, let's check with the back. Okay. We'll keep it this way in case we need it. So We're gonna try change our machete with the new weapon and see how it goes. Life steal is quite nice to have actually. Where is it? Wait, what? What happened to the... Oh, that's interesting. Where they go? Offhand. Oh, so it's a... Wow, I need my stun. Yeah, that's the issue. I need my stun. Came back. Weapon ability is to parry. No, parry is important. Ay. Okay, you know what? I can try to put it. No, in case of emergency, we have something to recover HP with, right? Wow, 160, that's amazing. Not too bad, I guess. Is there another two-handed weapon that allows... Wait, no. No, I don't think so. Okay, yes, this will do neatly for now. Now we are supposed to find sodium hypochlorite. Seems awfully spacious and boss fighting-ish feeling. Oh my god, I'm right. That's bad. Hey. Oh, what? Is it out of a fire, is it? Ah. Then be careful with him, I guess. Wow. You can do Shadow Konjitsu, that's not fair. Gosh, there's no shield now. Shit. Overuse my ability. That's not fair, you have a shadow. Oh. Dang it. Although his moveset is simple, but... Shit. That's in the feral. Can I slowly some of the HP back? Oh, guess not. The amount of life steal is not enough. Round 2. No shouting. You switch space with his shadow. Oh, so he's gonna come towards my back, I guess. There's no way I can... like surprise him. Probably gotta do this manual. Trick him, then we attack. Almost. I guess it's not that bad. Nice.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Then don't, because that will be our plan. No.
Sodium hypochlorite.
final.
Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
Got that. But we're gonna get surprised by one of them anyway. Oh, nice, more stuff. Ah, you. Lucky I saw you from far, you know. Got a leap. Shit, not enough. Oh gosh, got greedy. Aha. Come on, one more time. I need your blood. Tasty. I guess I can build more towards getting more damage from bite. What happened? I just cleared this place. Not killing them is a good idea though, because we can get more EXP. Aha. Oh. Don't worry. Come. Oh, feisty. Not then. Come on. Ah. Come outside then. Ah, they hit boxes. I guess they hit boxes. It's always happened. Ah, just be over with you. It seems like we are done here. I guess we are good to go. We shall end here then, and catch you all next time.